Hello and welcome everyone. So in this video we will like to discuss all the multiple choice questions of June 2017 examinations. So first, number 1, the number of identities included in the definition of person is, the right answer will be 5, no, 6, no, 7. Yes, the right answer will be 7, because as per section 2 subsection 31 of the Income Tax Act 1961, the term person includes an individual, a HUF, a company, a firm, an association of person, a local authority, and every artificial judicial person. So in that case the right answer will be 7 as per section 231. Person includes individual, HUF, company, firm, association of person, local authority, and every artificial judicial person. Every artificial judicial person. Individual, HUF, company, firm, association of person, local authority, and every artificial judicial person. So the right answer will be 7. Then next question. A trust shall not be considered a charitable trust for according to the benefits of section II when the commercial activities in the previous year exceed rupees dash. So here right answer will be, let's see, 10 lakh, no, 25 lakhs, no, 15 lakhs, no, 30 lakhs, no, because there is no option in respect of correct answer, because it should be 20% of gross profit. 20% of ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट. ओके, इसमें से कुछ भी नहीं होगा. देन अनदर क्वेश्चन, एज पर सेक्शन 24A कितना डिडक्शन अवेलेबल है एज पर सेक्शन 24 सबसेक्शन ए ऑफ नेट एनुअल वैल्यू. द राइट आंसर विल बी, लेट्स चेक, 30%, 50%, 15%, 70%. The right answer will be 30%. 30%. Because all these charges will be less at 30% of net annual value. Self-occupied house property does not require standard deduction because there is no net annual value for a self-occupied house. In simple terms, we can say that the standard deduction for a let out house or for a deemed let out house is 30% of net annual value. Okay. Then next question number IV, expenditure incurred by a businessman for ready to use software is entitled to benefit of. Here question given that expenditure incurred by a businessman for ready to use सॉफ्टवेयर. अगर कोई सॉफ्टवेयर को यूज करने के लिए एक्सपेंडिचर इनकर किया है ए बिजनेसमैन, इन दैट केस इट विल बी आवर 100% as revenue expenditure. 100% revenue expenditure, right? Then next question number V, the basic exemption limit for a resident super senior citizen above the age of 80 is, the limit will be, let's check, 2 lakh, 2 lakh 50, 5 lakh, and one of the above. Here right answer will be 5 lakh. 5 lakh. And we know that up to 5 lakh there is 5% of tax, but a rebate under section 87A is available, so it will be not going under tax rate. Okay, so the right answer will be 5 lakh. The basic exemption limit for a resident super senior citizen above the age of 80 is 5 lakh. Choice number C. Then question number VA. The provisions relating to interest on late in payment of refund are given in section, let's check, 234A, 234B, then 244A, then 244B. So here right answer will be 244A. 244A, because under section 244A of the Income Tax Act 1961, a taxpayer is entitled to interest at the rate of 0.5% for every month. 0.5% of every month, that is 6% per annum from the first day of April of the assessment year or the date of on which the refund is granted, where the refund arises on account of tax deducted at source or advance tax डिपॉजिट, राइट. अगर रिफंड प्रोसेस करने में अगर इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट ने लेट कर दिया, इन दैट केस देयर इज प्रोविजन ऑफ इंटरेस्ट ऑन रिफंड दैट इज 0.5% पर मंथ एंड 6% पर annum. वो भी दिया जाएगा फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट डे ऑफ अप्रैल ऑफ द असेसमेंट ईयर टू द डेट ऑन which द रिफंड इज ग्रांटेड. So the right answer will be 244A. Section 244A is the provisions relating to interest on late payment of refund are given, right. Then question number VII. Which of the following can be corrected while processing the return of income under section 143 subsection 1? Let's check. Any arithmetical error in the return, any mistake in the return of income, any error of principal in the return of income, any claim by the taxpayer which is against law. So here right answer will be any arithmetical error in the return. Any arithmetical error in the return. So right answer will be choice number A, any arithmetical error in the return. Okay. In case of any arithmetical error found in the return, then assessee can revise the return with giving actual amount or actual information, right. So choice number A is the right answer. Any arithmetical error in the return can be corrected while processing the return of income under section 143 subsection 1. Then VII. Notice under section 156 is given for failure to submit return, tax demand, deferment of tax, and none of the above. So here, as we know that notice under section 156 is given for tax demand issued by the IT department when any tax, interest, penalty, fine, or any other sum payable in consequence of any order passed. In that case, section 156 is used. Notice of demand under section 156 is issued in respect of every assessment under for addition to income. So the right answer will be choice number B, that is tax demand. Tax demand issued by the IT department, issued by the IT department any tax, interest, penalty, fine, or any other sum payable, right, under section 156, that is tax demand. Then another question, as per section 271H, where a person failed to file the statement of tax deducted collected at source, that is tax deducted source TCS, written on or before the due dates prescribed in this regard, then he shall be liable to pay penalty under section 271H. Maximum penalty that can be levied is rupees dash. So let's check 1 lakh but not exceeding the amount of TDS tax collected source, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 3 lakh. So here right answer will be 1 lakh. 1 lakh. 1 lakh but not exceeding the amount of TDS. Okay. As per section 271 subsection was, where a person failed to file the statement of tax deducted collected at source, that is TDS TCS, written on or before the due dates prescribed in this regard, then he shall be liable to pay a penalty under section 271H. Maximum penalty that can be levied is rupees 1 lakh but not exceeding the amount of TDS or tax collected at source. Then the threshold exemption limit for equalization levy is, let's check, 5 lakh, 3 lakh, 2 lakh, 1 lakh. So as you know that equalization means the amount, the two conditions to be met to be liable to equalization levy. First, the expenditure should be made to a non-resident service provider. Then another point is the annual payment made to one service provider exceeds rupees 1 lakh in one financial year. So अगर टू फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन फुलफिल होगा तो इक्वलेशन लीव कहा जाएगा. टू कंडीशन टू बी मेड, टू कंडीशंस, राइट. One is payment should be made to a non-resident. Another one is annual payment made to one service provider exceeds rupees 1 lakh in one फाइनेंशियल ईयर. इन दोनों केस में इक्वलाइजेशन लीवी एप्लीकेबल होगा. तो इन दैट केस द थ्रेशोल्ड लिमिट एग्जेम्पशन लिमिट फॉर इक्वलाइजेशन लीवी इज रुपीज 1 lakh. Okay, two conditions will be met to be liable to be equalization levy. One is the payment should be made to a non-resident service provider, and second one is the annual payment made to one service provider exceeds rupees 1 lakh in one financial year. Okay, so now then we have to find out section A with section B, that is match the following. In case of section 87A, we know section 87A means rebate. Section 87A means rebate. So the right answer will be 12,500 or actual tax. So answer होगा B. Okay. Then next we know that section 80GG is available for 5,000. Okay. So here option A. Then Sukanya Samriddhi scheme. Sukanya Samriddhi scheme is one type of you can say 80C deduction. So here right answer will be E, section 80C. Then minor child exemption is coming under rupees 1,500 already. No. Then arrears of rent. In case of arrears of rent, 30% deduction available. 30% deduction available under NAV, net annual value, you can say arrears of rent, 30% deduction available as per section 24A, right? 24A. Deduction. Okay, then question number 1C, state whether true or false. An Indian company is always resident in India. Yes, an Indian company is always resident in India. This statement is true, right? Then salary received by a member of parliament is exempt. No, salary received by a member of parliament is not exempt. However, the allowance, if any, received by member of parliament will be fully exempt from tax. Okay, so here question given that salary received by a member of parliament is exempt, so it will be false. Then income of a self-occupied property cannot be negative. Again, this sentence is false. Income of a self-occupied property can be negative in case where self-occupied property income is zero, but assessee obtain a loan. Okay, in that case also income of a self-occupied property will be negative. So here given that income of a self-occupied property cannot be negative, so this sentence is false. Then preliminary expenditure are allowed in 10 installment. So we already know that the amount of qualifying as reduction, if any, as per the limit will be allowed as a reduction in 5 equal installment. 5 equal installment. Okay, beginning with the previous year of commencement of business. So 5 equal installment will be deducted as preliminary expenditure, but in question in given that 10, so this sentence will be false. Then capital gain arises from transfer of any capital asset. Yes, capital gain arises from the transfer of any capital asset, so this sentence is true. This sentence is true. Okay, so in this way we have already discussed about June 2017 all short question. First, find the number of identity included in the definition of person is 7 as per section 2 subsection 31. Person include individual, HUF, company, firm, association of person, local authorities, and every artificial judicial person. So these are all included under the definition of person, so the right answer will be 7. Then a trust shall not be considered a charitable trust for according the benefit of section II when the commercial activity in the previous year exceed rupees dash. So here the answer will be none of the above, none of the above, none of the option, because 20% of gross profit will be deducted. Okay, then deduction available under section 24 subsection A is dash of net annual value. So here, as we know that the right answer will be 30%, 30% of net annual value. Then expenditure incurred by a businessman for a ready to use software is entitled to 100% as revenue expenditure. Then the maximum exemption limit for a resident super senior citizen above the age of 80 is choice number C, that is 5 lakh. Then the provisions relating to interest on late in payment of refund are given in section 244A. Remember section 244A. The percentage will be 0.5% per month and 6% per annum. Then which of the following can be corrected while processing the return of income under section 143 subsection 1? The right answer will be any arithmetical error in the return. Then notice under section 156 is given for tax demand. The right answer will be tax demand, right? As per section 271H, where a person failed to file the statement of tax deducted collected at source, return on or before the due date prescribed in this regard, then he shall be liable to pay penalty under section 271H Maximum penalty that can be due is rupees 1 lakh, but not exceeding the amount of tax deducted source or tax corrected source. Then next question, the threshold exemption limit for equalization levy is rupees 1 lakh. There are two conditions to be met. One is expenditure or payment should be made to a non-resident Indian. Second condition is annual payment made to one service provider exceeds rupees 1 lakh in one financial year. So second condition here fulfilled. So the threshold exemption limit for equalization levy is rupees 1 lakh. Okay, then section 87A is up to 12,500. That is, section 87A is a one type of rebate. So here the right answer will be 12,500 or actual tax. Then section 80G is rupees 5,000. Section 80G match to is rupees 5,000. Then Sukanya Samriddhi scheme. Sukanya Samriddhi scheme is coming under section 80C. So Sukanya Samriddhi scheme is section 80C, right? Then minor child exemption is rupees 1,500. Areas of rent, that is net annual value 24A category deduction 30%, that is choice number D. Okay, then true and false. An Indian company is always resident in India. This sentence is true. Salary received by a member of parliament is exempt. Yes, this one is this sentence is false. Income of a self-occupied property cannot be negative. No, this sentence is false. Preliminary expenditure are allowed deduction 10 equal annual installment. No, this one also false. Preliminary capital gain arises from the transfer of any capital asset. Yes, this sentence is true. So in this way I have nicely explained about June 2017 examinations all multiple choice question. In the next video we will have to solve here one another is missing out. 2017 June 1C. In case of an Indian citizen who leaves India during the previous year for employment outside India, the period of 60 days shall be substituted by, the right answer will be 182 days. 182 days. In case of an Indian citizen who leaves India during the previous year for employment outside India, the period of 60 days shall be substituted by 182 days. Right. Then scholarship received by a student was rupees 2,000 per month. He spends rupees 16,000 for meeting the cost of education. The balance rupees 8,000 is exempt. Exempt हो जाएगा. Right. Then generally income is taxable under the head house property only when the assessee is the owner. Otherwise not. Generally income is taxable under the head income from house property only when the assessee is the owner of such house property. Then salary, bonus, commission or remuneration due to or received by a working partner from the firm is taxable under the head profit and gains from business and profession, BGPP. Right. वर्किंग फैक्टर अगर कोई सैलरी बोनस कमीशन या फिर रिम्यूनरेशन रिसीव करता है ड्यू टू या फिर रिसीव्ड बाय ए वर्किंग पार्टनर फ्रॉम ए फार्म इज टैक्सेबल अंडर द हेड प्रॉफिट एंड गेन फ्रॉम बिजनेस एंड प्रोफेशन. Then period for holding bonus share or any other financial asset without any payment shall be reckoned from the date of, right answer will be allotment, from the date of allotment. Right. So this is it all about all the multiple choice questions of June 2017 examinations, and in the next video we have to discuss December 2017 multiple choice questions. Okay, so thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for your support. Happy studying.